Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is, man. And look, I've been hearing all types of stuff on the internet about one dude in particular. Well, I've heard about a lot of dudes, and a lot of it has to do with politicking as far as with other races, but that is on them. They can talk about exactly whatever they feel like they need to talk about. Now, I'm just going to get on this one dude, but before I even say what I want to say, man, shout out to Too Grimy for radio, Too Grimy for TV, man. Shout out to Too Grimy, period. Shout out to the homie West Verde. Shout out to the homie Orion, Best Kept Secret. Shout out to all the real ones that be out there handling their business, actually doing something productive. Most Cuevas. There's a few other ones that I really want to put out, but I'm going to just reserve that for right now. But what I really want to get into is this dude Marvolust. Now, Marvolust, dude, like, I've been hearing a lot of stuff on the internet as far as him having a baby with somebody that's underage. And then I'm never one of those cats that just immediately jump to conclusions. I tend to want to do my own investigation to make sure that when I say something, people can't come back or I have to be apologizing for something that was more alleged than anything. But the proof is in the pudding. It's like SPM. Regardless of what people say and fake IDs and all this, the spot that he picked up that first chick from, whether it's in the strip joint or not, a lot of people from that area know that a lot of underage people work there. So he already knew, like, and being somebody that have lived in that part of the state, and you already know. It's like knowing all the dirt that goes on in any of your cities. If I'm where I'm raised, and I've been here for a long time, after a while, being involved in certain things, you start to learn certain things. So there's no excuse on that. And then he repeated that, so that's why he's still in jail and he ain't getting out. I digress. Now, what I wanted to get back to is this dude Marvolust. Now, I heard people online talking about, well, she's 16, that's almost of age. Almost and of age is two different things. If you're not 18 in the state of California, that is considered a minor. Statutory, a lot of people like I'm not going to get on here and say pedophile. I'm going to get on here and say you're a rape. You might as well have an R on your jacket, because that's what it is. It's statutory when you with somebody of a certain age. Now, anything under a certain age is, you start going to them 288s, 288 point this, and then so it's a difference. But when it comes down to it, as far as in the homie's mind, it falls all up under the same blanket. So you might as well be a Chester anyway. Now, the reason I chose not to really speak on it from the beginning, because to be honest, I'm at an age to where it's not gonna make any sense anyways, especially being old and a hardliner. It's not gonna make any sense that somebody that proclaims to be of a certain caliber would throw his life away for somebody that's underage. But to each his own, and it's kind of the same sentiment that a lot of cats have when you're in prison and somebody's about to get blasted. Even though you know them, you may not be super tight with them, but you know them, the same sentiment comes out: better them than me. And it sucks, but that's exactly what people think. Like, well, it sucks that what transpired as far as, like, the minor part, but better him than me, because to be honest, I wouldn't want to be in that man's shoes, especially dealing with something of that nature. You can never get from up under this. No matter how many excuses he makes, he knows if he ever get busted again, that it's gonna come out and ain't gonna be no excuse. And it's not like even one of those alleged, like, oh, you allegedly messed with somebody of this age and then you went to court and beat it. It don't even matter. You've admitted on camera and to many people that you had it, and then it's proof in the pudding, especially coming from your family, that you were with a minor, you had a kid by a minor. So whatever fabricated story you come with in the end, it goes without saying. There's really no getting around it. And I can't really even get on here and get all snazzy about it or come up with some quick little quotes in order to, like, nah, it's not even about that. He know what he did, and he can try to fabricate whatever he allegedly didn't do and didn't know. At the end of the day, it comes down to it happened, and there ain't no way to get around it. So and I'm gonna tell you the whole reason I didn't go in on him, because in any circumstance, in any situation, if you're dealing with somebody that has broken the rules and at this level, and not saying like, but at this level, like being who you are, as far as like somewhat intelligent, then you know for a fact what the consequences are. So regardless of whether you're active or non-active or whatever, common sense should tell you that was a no-no. You chose to go off of it because of lust. You knew how old she was, especially if you've been dealing with the family. You already come to know certain things. It's like if I've been dealing with a family for a certain amount of time, eventually you get to learn everything. There's really no excuse. But like I said, I decided to forego it for a while, just for the simple fact that when you deal with somebody's paperwork, even though it's out there in the open now, and he's spoken of it and his family has spoken of it, it's one of those things. If you're not gonna do nothing about it, it's like, what can you do? Like, it's different. Like, if I ran into him in public, like, something would have to happen. It couldn't just be like we pass by each other and it's just like, even if I don't know the individual, it's just a simple fact that what you represented, and at one time you were, I guess, supposedly stumped down with the double S. So if I see the dude in public, like, I'm not gonna get on camera and say I'm gonna try to smoke him or anything, but as far as like try to put hands, like, it's mandatory that me and you got to get down. If I see you in person, facts, we got to get down. Like, the only way that ain't happening is if you try to bring out something. But other than that, dude, like, if I see you in person, we have to go to the alley. We have to go. So we are not, in fact, no alley. Just get down where I get mad at. See, so, but that's the difference between me and a lot of individuals that's speaking on it. The reason I ain't going all into it is because if you ain't right there to do nothing to it, I know it's a story and it's views and this and that. That's why I just, like everything, a lot of times I just sit back and I let everybody else put out their little stories, and I'm not rushing to be the first one to make the story, because at the end of the day, it's a messed up situation. It's messed up because his career is over, and it's a messed up situation that a 16-year-old is pregnant by a grown man. So her life is yeah, and always going to be known for being pregnant by a lame. Like, and that's what it goes to show. Like, when fools be like, oh yeah, did you hear this fool? Because to be honest, dude got in my inbox and off of TikTok, and he wanted to talk. I didn't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? All I did is tell me I heard some of your stuff that's feeding me, and that's it. No, hey, can you let me interview you? Because I know that's what he was seeking. Because a lot of dudes did that. Like that one dude, that Christian one dude that was supposedly not involved with the game anymore, but he wanted to come on my platform. I told him there's nothing else that anybody could really learn from him. You know what I mean? Outside of the story that I already told. The whole reason I didn't bring him on the platform is because, what was... He had already told his story. You did this, you've been here, you did that, now you're Christian, and that's it. So, and I didn't want to bring him on a program and try to corrupt him. Like, he had been on some of the most major outlets that dealt with the prison genre, and I don't consider my channel prison genre. So, yeah. So just like that, I didn't want this dude Marvelous on my page. Plus, I didn't like that he just thought he knew absolutely everything. Like, anything that was said by another person, he tried to debunk. Like, well, the mexicas and, like, the indigenas. Like, you fool, you so pale, you couldn't be an indigena if you gave your life over to a million different gods. Like, you can look at a dude and see. Like, so it's like... some of the stuff he would say I just found ludicrous, but people like to hear their voice when you feel like everything there is to know about a culture. Just because you're from that culture don't mean you know everything. And dude was like, what, a messenger from God or something he was saying? I don't know, dude. The birds of a feather flock together. So if you this, and the people you hang around probably this too. So with that being said, man, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, that's the one reason why I didn't really speak on it, because if I ain't gonna go out and do something to him myself, it ain't no need of me even bringing it up. Like, it's a story, so now I'm speaking of it, because everybody's had their their exaggerated moments where they're just over emotional about it. There's nothing to get emotional about for me. It's just dude messed up, and he knows what he got coming if he ever goes to a certain place or if he runs into certain individuals. Because I'm sure if you run into a lot of people, even some of the fools on social media that you may not think is about what they're just not gonna put it on social media what they're gonna do to you. Like, there's a lot that be in this podcasting world and think that if they catch you, they're gonna do something to you. Like, even if it's just a smash on you or even pack you out, like, they may not throw their life away because you ain't worthy of it. You've already proven that. But they gonna do something to you. You're smart enough to know that if you seen what that one dude that ran up on American Cholo, what happened to him, like, and you wouldn't even take that fade. So it's like, you were smart. I seen his face. Like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I can imagine like your little pale skin and all them bruises and busted. American Cholo would have did you bad too. So, yeah. With that being said, man, these fools that be, you know, the messengers, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what messenger and what God that he was bringing the message from, but dude he was fake and he was false, and I think he was doing it to get his notoriety up and for people to be like, hey, I know that dude. For young chicks to come up to him and be like, hey, can I get a picture? He's like, yeah, if I can get your chonies, like that type of weird stuff, you know what I mean? But it always comes out in the wash, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I just stay in my lane. I stay kicking it, chilling, working. You know, a lot of people be on the whole security thing. Like, look, dude, when you get out from doing all that time, there ain't too many opportunities for us, dog. I'm gonna make a whole video about that, because fools just be having this twisted, like like yeah, twist. Anyway, Marvelous Inc., man, pull up somewhere and get your whipping, get stumped out, get beat on, get everything. Let somebody else that's of a certain age take care of your kid, because obviously you might try to do something else. Like, it's just, you know, once a weirdo, always a weirdo. But with that being said, I'm your boy Zod, and that fool, and I'm out.